you guys all the time how it was a lot of relationships for me. It was a lot of me emerging into the woman that I wanted to be. I set the intention from 30 to really just know that this season and decade of life was going to be life-changing. And that's exactly what it has been. So dating and relationships, y'all. Ooh, baby. Dating and relationships in my 20s were, whew, child. It was definitely something in my 20s. And I thank God for all of those experiences. I do. As much as I say and make those faces, I appreciate my 20-year-old journey through dating and relationships. I really do. I allow myself to really just see how crazy I can be. And also know that I have grown from that space to be the woman that I am today. And I say crazy in the sense of just like really allowing certain things to get to me a certain way, and also just how I showed up in relationships. But it just allows me to know that, you know, now I don't have to diminish or allow myself to even get enraged over things that I cannot control. Like, you cannot control another person. You cannot make another person love you the way that you want them to love you. And I believe that's one thing that showed up huge in my relationships. I was really trying to make something the way that I wanted it to be. And it still seeps in to this day at times. And, you know, I have to really allow myself to stay grounded and rooted in what God has been showing me and teaching me and developing me in, as far as being ready for a true husband. And one thing that I just love so much about my dating and relationship journey and how I see the changes is, like, no one has really experienced like the depth of the woman that I am and I am becoming. It just makes me so excited for that aspect of my life. And I remember, you know, even in my early 30s, y'all, just not being ready. Not being this woman like, no, I'm not ready. I don't want it. It's too much. In my 20s, I just wanted to be in something because I just wanted to be loved. I wanted to be whatever. And it was for a lot of the wrong reasons. It wasn't for a lot of the right reasons. And that's why it manifested the way that it did in a lot of the relationships that I was in. So if you were in a space in your 20s where you are just, oh my gosh, I just want to be loved so bad, I just want relationships so bad, you got to really get down to the root of why. You have to understand the root of why and start working from that place. At the end of the day, it is truly okay to want to be loved. It's okay that you want to be cared for. It's okay that you want to be prayerfully covered by a man, by someone who really cares and loves you. It's okay. That's fine. That's beautiful that you feel that in your heart, that's a desire. But it's time, I believe, for a lot of people to really start getting to the why of why this is so important to you. And why is that more important than you really taking the time you need to understand yourself better. Because in order to be able to attract what you really want, and also more importantly, what you need, you have to make sure you know. You have to make sure you're able to articulate that to someone. You have to make sure that when you do articulate it to someone, it's coming from a place of love, not from a place of neediness, not from a place of desperation. And when you get to the root of, you know, some unhealed wounds, some things that you may have experienced with people around you that made you feel unlovable and unloved, it will definitely allow you to emerge into the woman that understands herself better to be able to attract that same thing. And y'all, this took time. This took a lot of time. And I truly thank God every day that I am truly becoming a woman who can do the same for her partner as well. I didn't know how to go on a journey of being able to love someone when they are being unlovable. And I know that I had my moments where I definitely was being unlovable in certain situations. So being able to emerge and grow into this beautiful human being that's able to finally get to a point where I'm able to at least meet someone halfway if they aren't showing me the things that I need to see right off the bat, because people are human. We're dealing with human beings, and we have to understand that we have to give the same grace that we want to other people as well. That's how this works. And believe it or not, that has been the hard part for me. Like, no, show me you love me first, then I'll love you back. Coming from that selfish place, y'all, is not going to get you what you want. It's going to get you what you want in the moment, but it's not going to be something that's going to be able to be sustained because it's not built off of love. It's built off of selfishness. It's built off of something self-seeking. That was probably one of the biggest differentiations between 20s and 30s and where I am now, regarding relationships and dating. And I just love that I'm continuing to grow in that aspect, and I allow myself to grow and be pruned because it's not fun. It's not. It's really not. And, you know, I'm just the vessel, y'all. So I know that's for someone. So another thing that I would say regarding relationships and dating in my 20s versus my 30s was that I was able to really just realize how much more structured I am. In my 20s, I was never just like, I'm gonna pick you, you, and you. But I really wasn't as selective as I am now. I mean, that makes sense, right? But at the same time, like in my 20s, I was just like, I know I'm not going to be with you, but we going to go have fun. We going to go enjoy ourselves and just allow whatever to happen. And for me, that still wasn't, you know, y'all know me, but I still was allowing myself to be courted. I still was allowing myself to go out on dates. I still was allowing myself to have experiences and doing different and fun things. And in my 30s, y'all, that didn't really change too much. The difference was in my 20s, I allowed myself to emotionally connect. And in my 30s, I was like, no. And I stress to y'all in videos that my 20s were more so of dating and relationships. And in my 30s, it was just more so of dating and no relationships. And that's just what I wanted at that time. But what I appreciate about 20-something Darla, as far as dating is concerned, is that she allowed herself to just, you know, be and not think so much about the end goal and where she wanted to be. I appreciate her for that. And the last thing that I'll talk about, y'all, is career and purpose. Career and purpose in my 20s was definitely a journey, and I did know early on in my 20s the type of woman that I wanted to be. Like, I had that foundationally. I just didn't know exactly what I was going to do to get there. I stressed to you guys that, you know, I knew that I wanted to be a woman in business and finance. I did it. And I knew that I wanted to do this in my own way. That was so important to me for whatever reason. I think at that time, earlier on, I felt like I had something to prove, because I wasn't going the way that everybody else around me was. I wasn't taking the traditional college route and sticking it out and, you know, investing a lot of money within student loans and different things of that nature. That just didn't sit well with me. It didn't fly with me. And that's why I chose to do another route. I chose to go the route of growing with the company, excelling with said company, learning hands-on, and allowing that to develop me. And a lot of my friends and the people around me chose the other route, to go traditional college route, which is perfectly fine. And I hope that they are truly happy in what they are doing. And I just know, like I said, that that wasn't the route for me, that didn't feel truest to me. And, you know, as I got older, I started to explore, well, why is that not truest to me? Because I felt like I was built for more. I felt like even with that structural foundation, which would have been, honestly, I don't feel like it would have hurt me in any way. But I also don't feel like it would have helped me as much, because I wasn't, again, staying true to who I was. And regarding career and purpose, I think it is so important for you to follow your own path. I really, really do. And if you feel like going the traditional route is truly what's best for you, please do it. Like, please do it. Don't be a rebel just because you want to be a rebel. Like, if you feel like going that route is really what's best for you, please do it. Do it. And I tried. I really did. Like, I went back to school a couple of times and I was literally like, this ain't it. This is not it. And I battled with that, because I'm just like, I know this will put me in a place where I want to be, I guess, quicker or whatever. No, I don't believe that it would have. I think it would have given me, you know, a crutch to stay put. It would have given me the crutch to not pursue something that really was truest to me, because that would have been an easier route, in my opinion. So again, career and path and purpose, I believe it has to be true to you. And in my 30s, I thank myself for my 20s. I thank the girl that worked her ass off in her 20s to be where she wanted to be and go through it the way that she chose to go through it. And also make financial decisions to allow her to be able to do that. Like, that's one thing that I thank myself for too. I just wish I had knew a lot about investing and all of those other things a little bit more then. I think about that girl that knew and was hearing things about Bitcoin early on, y'all, and literally was like, what the heck is this? And not following through. And I think a lot of people have that story, and just thinking about where I could be now, but we don't dwell. And I just thank God for the awareness that I do have now about certain things and trusting the process on those. I hope you guys enjoyed this video where I took a little walk into 20s and 30s and hopefully gave you guys some insight on some things that you should stay true to and what you can look forward to. I will say I left out so much in this video, so if you guys would like me to go deeper in another way, or even if you have questions, just go ahead and list them below in the comments. I would love to hear. And also, if you guys have any encouragement, because this is a 30 journey, right? If you guys have any encouragement for our 20 somethings that are along this journey, even for our 30 somethings that are in this decade of life, please leave that below. I would love to see this comment section flooded with comments regarding, you know, just places that you are, things that you are celebrating, things that just feel truest to you, lessons that you've learned. Just let us know below in the comments. If you are not subscribed to the 30 Journey and definitely want to join the TTJRNY fam, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. As always, guys, remember to keep God first and to commit to the journey. Peace.